And what do you think door-to-door sales has taught you?
The ability to like not give in to like fight or flight like reactions in like conversation.
You ready?
Yeah.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm just fair.
Off sig. What do you do, Jake Fair?
What do I do?
Yeah.
Uh, right now,
Yeah, yeah, this couches, but whatever.
well, I work for Apple Sales, it's like a pest control company. I'm a door-to-door sales. That's like mostly what I would say I do right now. But it's mostly like a summer thing. Right now I'm in school.
All right. So let's, yeah. I asked ChatGPT that you're. I told ChatGPT you're a baker. So all these have to do with baking. Um. Yeah. You know what? This is a great question. So you are a baker, right? In a sense, or at least you really like baking.
Yeah.
Um. Do you have a signature dish or pastry that you're known for?
I mean, I'd say the thing I make the most is brownies, and I've been doing it the longest. That was like the first thing I made.
Do you want to talk about baking? Is that like where we want to
Yeah.
start?
So you fuck that.
I guess, bro. I just wanna make sure, bro.
Okay.
Um, what was the first thing you ever made? And you were like,
Brownies. Brownies is the first thing I ever made.
holy shit, like
They're pretty
this is what
shit.
I they were shit.
Yeah, they did not taste good. They,
I feel like this is kind of a stupid question because I already know the answer to it. But have you ever baked for events or classmates?
definitely for both. I mean, most of my customers, or whatever, are my classmates, but I've definitely made like birthday cakes and I've made Christmas gifts for some people. I've made um like I've sold whole trays of brownies like for the intent of for like a birthday party.
And how long did it take you to like not master? Because I don't think you would ever like perfect it, but like get really good at the signature like brownies you make.
It probably took me like a whole semester to get like good at it.
Full semester. All right.
Like
Well,
after like a semester of doing it, I pretty much have not changed like the main thing I do. I pretty much use the same amount of like weed and oil.
so we're kind of talking about this behind the camera earlier, but you were talking about how your middle schools was a little bit different than a regular middle school growing up. Like, do you want to explain more of that?
Oh yeah, so I went to Westbrook. It was just like gifted and talented, whatever. Um,
So it was just a
so it just
like
like
a
accelerated, like
accelerated, yeah.
yeah, like my history classes and English classes were like only wave or whatever, and then I was like in accelerated.
And then high school is you said you just took AP and dual credit throughout high school, and
Yeah, I took like AP, all three physics classes, calc.
you took all three physics APs.
Yeah, I
Holy,
took 2 years of computer science, AP, um, and then like history and English.
to the University up in New York, right?
Yeah, because I was in some engineering classes in high school. And they were like PLTW classes, which is like Project Lead the Way. But the school, like the college that like sponsors that whole program and sets it all up was Rochester, like RIT.
Yeah.
So like when I was applying for colleges, they were like obviously like I knew about them, and then also I was like I low key liked the idea of, but I mean that wasn't even like my first choice of college. Like I wanted to go to Colorado School of Mines. Like that was like what I wanted to get into, but I didn't. I got like waitlisted. And then when I was in Rochester, um, like my grades were pretty mid, and I like didn't really like it. Like I didn't have fun at all. And my parents were like, "Yo, this shit's way too expensive. If you're like not going to do good in school and not like you're not going to like it." So I withdrew, worked at and Subway for like
And now here at U of H, how's it going?
it's chilling. This like the school kind of fucking sucks. Like the actual like administrators, but I like Houston as like a city and
Oh,
like the
Houston's a great
people.
city. I love
Yeah,
it.
and like the people in it.
Yeah. I mean, I can agree with that about the administration sucking. I definitely do not like when I have to go talk to my counselors and stuff like that, or like people to help me with my classes or talking. I like a lot of my professors, but just because I feel like a lot of them are like down to earth. But actual like administrative staff, I feel like can be very like either they're assholes or they're just like don't care about their job or they take their job way too seriously. It's definitely hard to like find a balance, but I guess if you're having to deal with a lot of bullshit throughout your work,
Yeah, I mean,
it's
for me, it's just
realistic.
I found that like a lot of them just like are fearful of executive power, and they always just try to like dump it off on someone else. So it will just
That
be
is
like
true. Yeah.
constantly like being like thrashed around and like told that's like I've been told, oh, I don't have the power to do that like probably 10,000 times by like a school administrator. When like I know they do, but just like too afraid to use it.
So, I know personally that you're kind of undecisive on what you want to continue majoring on, but have like an idea or at least
I
like a
mean, okay, I
want
was
to do
talking to
something
Gianni
certain
about it, and he was showing me this thing that was like it was logistics technology or
over at the
supply chain logistics technology,
yeah, at
and
the technology college.
yeah, yeah, and I was like looking at it and like the description of the major and then also kind of the classes definitely looked like
Isn't
more of stuff
don't we
that
have someone in the frat that's minoring in supply chain?
will supply chain management and like the business side, the technology side of it, no.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe Evan, I'm not sure. But the thing is like from the classes to like the description and shit, it looks way more like I wanted to kind of do engineering, but I just like it's not that I can't do like calc or whatever. It's just like those hard math classes and those like insanely difficult like STEM, like really deep into STEM. Like
Yeah.
when it comes down to it, like sitting down and doing the work is just something. But then like the classes like for supply chain shit, like, it seemed a lot more like
Bum bum.
like
Um,
Christmas.
Christmas is a great time. So, what's the biggest challenge you face as a student right now?
My biggest challenge is like like taking school like seriously compared to like real life. 'Cause I feel like real life like, feels a lot more high stakes than like what's the, than the stakes of actual school.
Yeah,
It like feels more lopsided than actually is. School's pretty important, but sometimes
you just feel
compared to
like you
like
can coast.
yeah, like dude, sometimes just like compared to like real life like everyday bullshit, like school seems so unimportant. So I'd say that's like the biggest challenge.
Yeah, well, that kind of it ties into my this other question, but I think you kind of already asked it or kind of answered it. But it's how do you stay motivated academically?
Motivated academically,
Like you just said that it was kind of
I
hard
would
to be
just say like
motivated.
I have like felt the pain of like not having good academics like many times. So like
Just don't want to be back in that
that yeah,
situation.
that like pain is a big motivator.
All right. So you're big into baking. You're a university student. Um, I'm about to get into your active stuff, but one last thing. when it comes to either baking or university or just in general, like, is there a skill you want to, like, learn next?
Um, like a like a what? What do you mean?
Again, it doesn't have to correlate specifically with Bayou Bakery, right? If you just have, like, an idea, or it could correlate with Bayou Bakery if you don't really have an idea. It's like, is there anything, like, any future, like, hobbies or, like, skills that you wanna pick up?
I mean, right now I'm pretty focused just on getting better at sales.
Sales, yeah. So then, yeah, we'll move into sales. So, yeah. So you work for Aptiv. Do you wanna what's your understanding of, like, what Aptiv is?
So Aptiv is a pest control company that started in Utah. So that was like 10 years ago, and pretty much most of like a lot of Utah companies that are similar, either pest control or other like door alarm companies or solar companies, all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
They're mostly all door like they get most of their business through door to door marketing. Mostly started through like they hire Mormons because um, it's just part of like tradition for them to like go door to door and like spread their religion.
Yeah.
So because they've like done that for years, they usually are really good door to door salesmen, which is why a lot of door to door companies are based in Utah. But I was actually just recruited by some guy on the East Coast.
Someone's at the door.
He was just in college, started a team, and was pretty good at sales. So he just hit me up on Instagram. But it's like I said, it's a pest control company that I'm on the sales team.
Alright. So you did so this past summer was the first time you did sales.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you kinda explained this, that the guy hit you up on Instagram and you just said, what, you were kinda just like, "Why not?" You know? Like, is that
Yeah,
what
because
made
I
you
low key crashed my car right before that,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Well, I'll be stupid if I just crash my car and I don't take this car."
Yeah. Especially since they transport you and
I mean, they don't really transform me, but it's I was just like, "Fuck!" Like, I just lost like a source of my income. Like, I should probably like
yeah.
this job came along. And sales is always something I've been like generally wait for. What? Okay, hold on. Selling the husband, I was like trying to get to his backyard, obviously. If you can get to someone's backyard, it can make a lot more sense a lot of the times. But as I was passing through his house, his wife is like sitting on a couch, eating like just chips, like just on her stomach, watching TV, and I was like, "Oh, like what you're watching?" And once asked her what she's watching, she just went into like a 2 hour deep dive on like aliens and UFOs, and like because they were watching like Bigfoot Hunter on National Geographic,
Yeah.
but they were like, "Oh, this is like not the real one. The real one's like the UFO shit," and like um it was I forgot what the actual like event was, but there was like some camp with like extraterrestrials, and it wasn't Area 51, but it was like one of those National Geographic um like documentaries about all that. And they were so into it, they knew like all the lore, everything. They were like, "Oh, you should come back every Tuesday. We'll watch it." This, that, and the other. And I was vibing with them because I needed that sell, but
Yeah.
I just like sat on their couch and just like talked to them.
Holy.
That shit is pretty. That's like a crazy part of the job.
That is a crazy part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like I like didn't know. I like went from not just like knocking on a random person's door and like just like chilling with them for a while.
How do you stay motivated, like, while you're dealing with people who, like, really don't care, or they just want you out of their house, or, like, they're being rude?
I mean, honestly, it does like if it's like tough, it's like really hard to stay motivated. If you like you're getting yelled at, if it's like a weird HOA, if it's just like a neighborhood where like the culture of the neighborhood is like something you've just never experienced before, it's a lot of the times really hard to like get people to trust you. So it will make like you'll talk to people and it will make sense, but they just won't buy. And it's not because they explicitly don't trust you. It's like way more subconscious where they just like if they see you as like a foreigner or like an outsider or like they see you as a salesman, they're just way less likely to buy unless they're like super in need of it. But if you're just trying to like upgrade someone or trying to like make it make a little bit more sense or like kind of offer like hook them up with a discount, any of those angles, if they don't like really trust you, they're not going to do it. And again, like staying motivated in those times. I don't know. I kind of like go into the mode of like, okay, I'm not even gonna try to like make money today. I'm just gonna like try to figure this out. And if like I don't, then like I'm just gonna like think about like, oh, what should I have done differently that whole day? And it's like that is like to me that's like more useful than like trying to make 100 like one sale to make $100 that day. And it's like, oh, I don't make any money that day, but then like I got better somehow.
So yeah, yeah. Um, do you think skills or your experience in sales has, well, I mean, you can't really say that it has, but will like help you in your studies at all
Yeah, 100%. Definitely just like doing the bullshit of like doing homework.
to getting the job done?
Yeah, just like having the mindset of oh I have to do it, so I'll just do it, or like just like trudging through like really long strenuous times of just like being bored or doing something I don't like to do. Which is like what door-to-door sales like door-to-door sales is like people will tell you it's like oh it's like the hardest thing you'll ever do, and it's like it's not like physically hard. It's just like the hardest thing you have to figure out. So if you can figure that out, then like school is like theoretically easier, but it's just it's still something you have to do.
Of the three, right? Baking, studying, and sales. What do you think you are most motivated to keep on doing
Wait, one more time.
out of the three, right? Sales, baking, and like university. Which of the three do you think you're like most motivated to either like pursue into a farther passion or work towards more or just
Well,
get
I
done?
mean, once I'm done with school, I'm done with school.
Yeah.
Like that's like a just once I've done it, I've done it. With sales, uh, I will say like
Like, do you see yourself doing sales like after university once you get like a degree?
yeah, yeah, probably. Like if I'm still doing active, 100%. Because like it will just become easier every year that I do it. I will just like it, almost guaranteed make more money and get better at it. So until I find something even better, I'm just gonna keep doing that. If I have like some opportunity to like completely pivot to or like something even better, I might upgrade. But like if I continue going through the path I'm going through, then yeah, it would just they're actually fun. But they got fucking charged the vacancy finally. But
How's it look?
what were we talking about, bro?
What made you do door to door sales? But I think you pretty much explained it.
I
You
just okay. So if you just look up like how to get good at sales, the best way to get good at sales is doing it. And the easiest entry, not the easiest, but the entry level positions is like cold calling, like a call center. Like you can just do like life insurance calling. You can call about roofing. There's also door to door jobs. I just like the idea of door to door because it's like in person, and then also because it's like a like you kind of like live the lifestyle. So instead of just like sitting in your room all day, like you're actually like out and about doing the sales. And then if you just look up like good or like good door to door sales companies, Aptiv is like probably a pretty good like they are a pretty good pest control company. They're like one of the best door to door companies like in terms of like for the actual salesman. I got pretty lucky that I had that like I got hit up by someone from that company, but I don't know. It's like, why not? You know.
Alright. Do you want to take us, like, through what, like, an average day during the summer of working for them was like?
Um. So I would wake up at like 7:30. Um. In like an apartment or an Airbnb. Like when I was in Houston, I was in an apartment. When I was in North Carolina, I was in an Airbnb. But in the apartment, I'd wake up, I'd go get some like coffee from the little thing, and then we'd have an 8 a.m. meeting every day where we'd go over like some sales strategy or some sales aspect or some like objection or anything. One little part about the sales process, and we just try to like lock in on that for the day. And then around 9:30, you leave, um, and then you try to get to your neighborhood at like 10:30 and start knocking like immediately. And then you'd knock from like 10:30 in the morning to like 3 in the afternoon, take an hour
Yeah.
lunch. Then at like 4 when people are getting home from work and school, start knocking again. Knock all the way through like until the sun goes down at like 9:30, probably like the latest you'd knock. Um, and then just go home, eat some dinner, go to sleep, and then do it again.
Yeah. Um, so what was the hardest part about knocking on doors every day?
At the beginning, it was low key pretty overstimulating and like information overload. Like I was you're trying to like remember the script the whole time while like trying to read all like the body language and like hold your own composure and like also a lot of the job is like figuring out who actually like you want to like very quickly tell if they want it or don't. So a lot of the times you're literally like, oh, like, hey, how's it going? Try to introduce yourself, try to introduce the topic. And if they're not like messing with it, then you just leave instantly. You're like, oh, have a good day. On to the next one.
I think your phone's ringing.
Um, so just kind of like at the beginning, it's kind of just like dealing with all that things. But once you kind of like get into it, the hardest part is definitely just like if you're in like a weird neighborhood with a lot of weirdos, you kind of have to like gaslight yourself into thinking there's one non-weirdo or like, oh, one of these weirdos will buy from me instead of like, oh, this place is cooked. Because like there are truly some places that are cooked, but if you can like gaslight yourself into like just believing that one of them will buy, like low key, you can kind of like make someone just buy.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like trudging through the bullshit sometimes. There's always just some like really really like weird.
And what do you think door-to-door sales has taught you?
I will say like the clarity of communication, like communicating like with more clarity, and then also just like having the ability to like not give in to like fight or flight like reactions in like conversation.
Any closing remarks?
Um, I'm chilling, bro.
You chilling?
Dude, this is a good interview. I'm chilling.
Yeah. So, anything you wanna plug Bayou Bakery?
Yeah, eat a brownie, bro.
Eat a brownie. Always. Alright, good looks.